So here's the finished product. Those brackets I bought off of eBay or Amazon or whoever the hell I bought them off of. And the original Hydro Boost bracket. I didn't end up making a plate. Well, I did make a plate. It's right here. I marked it all up and had it on, but the angle was all wrong. It was pointing like straight up in the air, and that probably would have hit the hood, so I second guessed myself and went back in and used the original bracket, and it actually has the correct angle, so I had to get the spacing all right. I had to make a new rod. I had to cut up the original gasket right here. This went between the Hydro Boost and the firewall Grand National it came out of. I just cut it up so it fits inside here, inside the brackets. It's not supposed to have those brackets, of course. It has that nice plunger boot on it too, which I wanted to, keep shit out of the piston. And I had to make a new rod. This is just a 5/16 coupler. I had to cut this eyelet off the Hydro Boost, of course. Originally went there. So I cut that off, threaded it to 5/16 fine. It's about 1 inch long inside that coupler. And I went with a 3/8 rod here because that's what the original rod was, 3/8 fine. And that's grade 8 from McMaster car. So I machined this. This is the weld. I tapped this to 5/16 fine. I tapped this to 3/8 fine. I can only run it in about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a smidge more, in order to run this in like 1 inch. But I welded it here too. So this is Loctited on this end, and this end is welded on. It threads in, then it welds on. And I just turned the weld down on my lathe so it looked kind of pretty. And then the rest is just off the shelf. This is a 3/8 yoke from a Master car. It's fine thread. I actually have a coarse thread one here too, but I couldn't recall which thread it was the night I ordered it. And 3/8 lock nut. This nut here was a full thickness nut. I just cut it down on my lathe to make it a jam nut. So, and then I made this gasket out of some sheet rubber I had, because this actually goes to the firewall. This is where the original brake booster would mount right here. Originally, I had this big plastic gizmo with some dum-dum and shit to cover the hole, but it would have been like this, would have been, open somewhat. So I made this gasket to butt against the firewall and take care of some air leaks and noise. I can silicone RTV this to the firewall if I want to, so it can't possibly leak or whatever. And that's it. It's ready to go back in. Next time you see this guy, it'll be in the car. I fitted it up about 15 times. Everything fits perfect. So let's get this show on the road. Get it done.